Hey Taurus, let's do your reading. So I just didn't do much of a pre-shuffle because I like so much came through so fast. I kept getting, I miss you, I miss you, I miss you. So I pulled the deck, you know, the deck that has the written messages. And the very first card that came, because I was like, I knew I was going to get that I miss you card. And then Sexy Lingerie came out. And then the very next card was I miss you. I wish I had had the camera on. But that was, you know, that was just warm up pre-shuffle. But so what I've gotten already, and we're going to lay out a full spread, but what I've gotten already is somebody from the past misses you. And it just was coming through so fast. But for some of you, what this is somebody that you're not with. Somebody that you, I think, but somebody is with someone else. But there is somebody from the past that I think has missed you for a long time. Okay, but that thought is active right now. And this could be this could clue you in or whatever. But anyway, Sexy Lingerie came out. Love that card. So we have the Empress here. So this is the divine feminine, also Libran energy, but this is an energy, an element of being in, she's kind of feeling a little bit, or I'm feeling High Priestess. We may end up getting the High Priestess because I'm feeling that pretty strong, but the Empress is somebody who she's all about creation, and she's very nurturing, but she doesn't chase. Okay. And then the other thing, I had to just find something to write it down on because it was coming through so strong, was I got this card twice, at least during pre-shuffle, this 10 of Wands, which is typically, you know, it's been a long road. There's been a heavy burden. And I know I'm throwing a whole lot at you at once, and this is just pre-shuffle. So we're going to dive in and get more of a detailed story. But I want to share this. But we've got this Five of Swords, which is like winning at all costs. People got hurt. I feel like maybe there were some friendships that got destroyed, or a friendship that I don't know if it was backstabbing or betrayal, but whatever happened with this past person, it hurt relationships or friend groups, something like that. Okay, because somebody was just looking out for themselves and not caring about, you know, the path of destruction or who they hurt. But this is where this gets weird. This twice came out with the message, don't bother. Don't bother. Something like that. And I know I hate giving you guys stuff like that when it don't have much explanation, but that's just the way it goes. Sometimes I don't get the explanation. But you might, or it might come through in the reading. But I wanted to turn on the camera because everything was happening so fast. So there we go. So this is this is a general reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also, the Page of Pentacles came through. It could have to do with an apology. That could have to do with this don't bother. I'm not sure. But anyway, something about, you know, truth coming to light. Somebody misses you. I think it's somebody that you are, I think it's somebody you're not in contact with. Page of Wands. So this is another message indication, but let's get started. So Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. It's general, of course, as you know, will not resonate for everyone. Just take what resonates, oops, and leave the rest. Okay, Temperance in reverse, Sagittarius energy. I'm also getting Taurus, strong Taurus. But Temperance is holding back, but it's in reverse. Temperance is finding that balance. You know, it's when you want to have that one more drink, but you temper that urge. You know, you resist it. That's kind of what temperance is. It's a balance, patience, balance. It's a wisdom and a maturity. So I feel like that might have something to do with this don't bother message. Don't bother. I don't know. Maybe there might be some, you know, feeling of needing to, you know, speak your mind, which is typically a healthy thing. I don't know. I don't want to tell you guys not to do that because I don't, you know, your individual situation. 10 of Swords. I mean, sometimes it's better not to bother, you know, telling someone all the details of what they caused. It's just not even worth it. I don't know. Let's clear that slate and because I'm not getting that clear, but we'll see what comes out. Let's clear that, and we will lay out a full spread. I think I'm gonna, if you guys have headphones on or are in your car, you may want to turn your volume down because it's going to be very loud. Okay, if I can find what I'm supposed to hit this on. Here it is. Okay, so turn or mute, or just don't want this to hurt your ears. Whoops, clear it. Let's clear your energy. Take a deep breath. I just missed. Oh, that's so loud. So loud. That was so loud. Okay. All right. How are you, Taurus? I love you guys so much. Please say hi in the comments. Let me know if this resonated, how it resonated. And I love to hear where you're watching from. Love to hear your stories. Love to know if you got notified, because something's going on with notifications. Although I think it might be getting better. The Hermit. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, there's an element here of I don't know what it is. Don't bother. Maybe that's somebody coming towards you with an apology, and you're kind of feeling like don't even bother, or maybe you just don't need it. There's the Emperor. So now we have indication of a. Gosh, didn't we have the Queen of Pentacles? So I do feel like a substantial relationship here. Element of a mature relationship. Maybe it's parents, but King and Queen of Pentacles. I feel like a marriage, or yeah, I mean I am feeling marriage. So anyway, passionate new beginning. Jeez. There it is again. Let's see what they'll. Hangman in reverse. Okay, so it looks like you're going to hear from someone that's been kind of MIA. All right, no more messing around. Let's lay this out. Oops, let me put the cap on my pen. Okay, messages for Taurus. We're going to look at you, the person this is about. Current feelings, current situation, next steps, their actions towards you. Wow. Oh, remember I said High Priestess. Did you guys see that flip? Yeah, I've been feeling the High Priestess. So this is probably something that you kind of know. The High Priestess is somebody that has an inner knowing, but she doesn't feel the need to speak it. That might go with that don't bother. Okay, I'm also getting like what goes around comes around. So something might be coming around. This Justice card is all about balance. Look at that, balance again, Temperance. Okay, let's look at recent past. I really wasn't going to do this spread. Recent past, the Empress. But sometimes it just kind of flows the way it flows. Okay, remember when I said I felt a high-level relationship, like a marriage? This is tradition, family. Okay. The Empress, wife, mother, somebody respected. She's kind of the queen of all queens, She encompasses all the attributes of the other queens. So she's got the passion. She's just very desired. And she is very confident. The Page of Wands, so that might have been you in the recent past. Maybe you held your composure and it's an element of not sinking down to a certain level. At the top of the spread, we have the Page of Wands, which is, communication. Could be good news. Okay, Three of Swords. Yeah, again, I'm feeling, oh, look at this, you guys. Somebody interfered with something, and it almost looks like it did cost some relationship. Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So we got some twin flame elements going on here. Four of Wands is 1111. It's stability. It's whatever this hiccup or issue was in the past, it has worked itself out and things are balancing out. Or that's in the process. The Fool card, new beginning. At the bottom, at oh gosh, you guys, I'm so sorry. What lies beneath, or at the core, you know, we have a new beginning. And pretty much letting go of something, someone, something, an element of maybe betrayal. Eight of Strength card. I'm really kind of flustered here. It's so weird. Just kind of out of nowhere. So we've got Leo energy here. But so the Strength card is, you know, it's again, it's kind of like the Temperance card. It's being able to balance that lion and the lamb. Somebody in this scenario was not able to keep their composure, and I believe you in this scenario were able to keep your composure, and that worked to your advantage. There wasn't an element of, you know, losing it and overreacting, or even, you know, sporadically reacting. There's an element of not feeling the need to lash back out or discredit somebody that discredited you. Something like that. Okay. Yeah, look at that. So here's crazy, I just said this. The Queen of, and this is, and if this hasn't happened yet, this is a strong, you know, message for a way to handle something. But the Queen of Swords is somebody who, she speaks her mind. She will cut you if she needs to. She cuts people out. She is very engaged with that sword up. But this sword is down. It was upside down. So this is somebody who doesn't feel the need to bash someone else. It's just, there's an element of being above, not stooping to that level. See those two cards in reverse. What's advice? We'll get some real detailed questions going here too. I mean, somebody, like, I think somebody's stay stable is the Queen of Pentacles, but I feel like somebody was lost their, you know what, and they lost their composure. Their true colors showed. Their true colors, and it didn't take, you know, having to stoop to their level for that to happen. It just kind of evolved into what was obvious. So let's see if we can get advice. Look at that. Just be cool. Hold back. Time out. Heal. The Four of Swords is somebody that takes a break. They don't engage. It's, you know, in a lot of the decks, it shows the battle going on in the background, and then this person has their sword there ready to go. It's not over. They're, you know, they'll jump back in when they need to, but they're not active at this time. That's in the advice position. Ace of Wands. So what's outcome for Taurus? Wow, stability. The husband is what this looks like. The father, husband, I don't know. Looks like, this looks like big, big rewards for handling a situation with poise. It's not being walked on. Seven of Wands, holding your ground, defending what you deserve or what you know is rightfully yours. It's not being weak. In fact, it's the opposite of being weak. So you've got the whole, you know, doormat situation. And I know I've said many times, sometimes I feel like it's better just to be a, you know, bitch, because then you don't get jacked with. And I've always been too nice. So, you know, all that comes with all that is relative to the situation. This is not being a doormat, in fact, and it's not being weak. In fact, it's being so strong that you don't feel the need to lash out. It's being that strong. But you're not going to get walked on. You hold your ground. Your chin is up. Your head is up. You know your value. Look at that. 6 of Wands. Being, recognized. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. Look what my finger just got stuck to. Queen of Wands. So this looks like it's a high-level relationship coming back around, or repairing after something almost came in, right? But then the brakes were on here. Didn't mean to flip you guys off right there. Anyway, there was some truth and clarity shed, but this message is very clearly about being above the drama, not stooping to someone else's level, not getting even. It's like the best revenge is mad success is what this is kind of like. So there's a passionate new beginning here. This card keeps wanting to come out. But somebody really held their ground and kept their poise. The Queen of Pentacles, a wife, a mother. There's a power couple here. A couple that has something, maybe a business or a legacy. A couple that is maybe above others or is looked up to, respected. Somebody held their ground in that situation. So I want to find out about that 8 of Pentacles. But let's go ahead and start clarifying. Tell me about this center, these 2 cards. This is strongly, the High Priestess is someone who sees things and knows things, but she doesn't lash out. There's a strong element here of somebody being rewarded for not lashing out, just rising above it, staying and not stooping to someone else's level and being, respected for it. The Hangman. Being able to see, again, this feels like High Priestess. And remember, I felt that High Priestess in the very beginning. Being able to see the bigger picture just by observing, not by talking and getting all the scoop and all that. This is this is not Page of Swords energy, where Page of Swords is investigating and trying to find out and spying. This is above that. King of Cups and Hermit. King of Cups is there's a lot of love, but somebody's not willing to, sell their soul or abandon themselves for that love. Very strong. But somebody in the past does miss you and is thinking about you. Tell me, what else were we needing to clarify? Look at this. Yo, here's that card from the past again. And then with the 10 of Pentacles. It's kind of like they totally missed out because you could have been their everything, but I don't feel like that door is really open for them anymore. Look at this. Wow. Truth, clarity, victory after a battle, and the Emperor. So strong, really do have some strong twin flame energy here. What was I going to clarify? Outcome, King of Pentacles. A lot of financial abundance. Looks like money is improving. Maybe these 2 people are better financially together than apart. What are we focused on with that 8 of Pentacles? So it looks like there's a focus of clear communication. Maybe a trip, planning a trip. There's a lot of attention towards what's this 8 of Pentacles? Tell me more. Too busy to notice something. What is that? Too busy. Again, don't bother. Too busy to it's just a rise above element. 10 of Wands. Never had that come through before with 10 of Wands or anything, I don't think. Don't bother. It's just it's everything we always talk about wanting in tarot. It's where we're like, this is what you got to do. You got to focus on yourself. You got to focus on your growth. You got to rise above. You got to be the person that you would want to be with. You got to, visualize your future self and then take steps. And I want to say this too. When you feel like you don't have the energy, some of you may be feeling like, and maybe not right now, but just put this in your pocket and hang on to it because it'll be valuable for later. Some of you, or not some of you, all of us, when we get to where we're so tired or we feel like we don't have enough energy to do more, or we don't have enough energy to do things that we want to do, it's the opposite, flip it. It's that we aren't doing enough to have the energy. So when we strengthen our body, sometimes that's what gets the mind stronger. So take action, take motion. I mean, everything falls back to movement. You got to have movement. You got to have movement. Even if you're in, aren't not able to walk, or you're in bed or whatever. I mean, do whatever you can to that level. Like ping pong paddle with a ping pong. I just got one for $9 on Amazon, and sometimes I sit there and I let the ball and I watch the ball because I think it's brain balancing to have that coordination. But there's always some sort of movement, so just take the next step. Take the smallest, easiest step if you're feeling overwhelmed, but you got to get your body moving, even if it's breath work, even if it's somebody that can't move, if it's breath work, if it's making facial expressions, if it's moving fingers, whatever, whatever on your level, get moving. Also walking. I am always going to really be on you guys to keep walking. When you're walking, it's called optical flow. Focus on things in the distance, but that's very, walking is very brain balancing, hormone balancing. Morning sun is crucial for happiness and moods and hormones. All right, I'll get off my soapbox. What else do we need to know? Okay, how does this person, let's see how Taurus feels about this person. I feel like this deck has cooled off. Wow, I don't know about that. Okay, well, there's something strong here. Look at this. Maybe it would be very gratifying for this person to come forward and see your value, but it's like being in control somehow. Let me see. Let's play with this other deck. How does this person feel about, how does Taurus feel? Unbothered. Oh, that's probably what this is. Because I bet this don't bother is unbothered. Unbothered. Indifferent. It's everything we always try to get to. It's like you finally got there. You got better things going on to deal with it. Justice. So this was in reverse. I feel a little bit of that in reverse. So it's kind of like, even if it isn't fair, even if they did you wrong, it's an element of being unbothered. That's pretty awesome. But anyway, somebody misses you. I don't know if that even is a big deal to you, though. Maybe just gratifying. Let's see if we can get a, let's do an oracle. So where does Taurus need to grow? Okay. I feel like this is you. If you're still struggling, here you go. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. So that's the deal here. You just don't, it's just, you're just above it at this point. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. So you guys have somebody coming back, but you're in so much better of a place that it's not obsessing. It's not going to take you off track. Oh, I want to give it an animal spirit. And maybe a message that will tie everything together. Okay, feeling that. Don't know if y'all could see that. Dream the world into being. So at some point you just kind of realize this past drama or friendship that broke or whatever, it is what it is, and I'm not going to try and change it. Chameleon. Maybe somebody was two-faced. But you're kind of going with the flow. I feel like I'm repeating myself. One more. Okay, in between worlds. And then to be fair. I love that. Again, that's like the, oh my gosh, my foot is throbbing. Why is my foot throbbing? Does somebody have a hurt foot? This in between worlds is, I think, the old you and the new you still working its way. Threes are strong. I was feeling that earlier. There's another 3. 3, 6, 14. If you reverse it, you'd get a 3. So 3s are strong. Let's see. What else did I... Oh yeah, here. 3. Empress. So the Empress energy is strong. Staying in your power. She doesn't let things bother her, but she also sometimes doesn't... She's so busy that sometimes she doesn't have time to even, like, pay attention to who's approaching her. It's kind of like, yeah, you know, she's just... It's just kind of natural. But let's see about this two in between worlds. I feel like there's something to it. I'm looking at the wrong book. 3. I feel like there's so much more that if I really sat with these cards, I would get many more messages. So you guys let me know if I missed anything or you get anything out of these. I love your comments, by the way. Okay, even if they're not flattering, I still pay attention to them. Sometimes the ones that aren't flattering are helpful, as long as they're not nasty, you know. There we go. Transitions, not being quite out of the situation and fully engaged in another. Temporary blindness. No man's land. Okay, I'm feeling kind of that temporary blindness has to do with that Temperance card. Okay, so the between the world is where you must let go of the tendency to make assumptions. This is a time when you are unable to see what is ahead. Cultivate curiosity and trust the process of change and growth. You are done learning lessons of recent experiences. In this place between what was and what will be is a state of making and unmaking and making again. What is essential now is to admit not knowing. There is great freedom and power to be unleashed. This is also just giving up with the giving up and the surrendering of needing to know whether that person is going to get what they deserve type thing. There's something like that. What is essential now is to admit not knowing, I guess, and to be okay with it. So be careful with the tarot. You know, I mean, tarot can be addictive and turn into a negative. So take a break from tarot if you need to. Let your energy reset, 1, 2, 3 days. If it's getting too confusing and if you find yourself just watching too much, So what is essential is to admit not knowing. There is great freedom and power to be unleashed. A mystery is not yours to understand. A mystery that is not yours to understand weaves the web of life. And that's crazy because I just had spider webs come through as a sign. So you guys kind of keep your eye out for 3s and spider webs. With the divine matrix of consciousness, beliefs, desires, and decisions, the seeds that were planted in the past begin to take root, but what surfaces will probably not be what you expect. You are between the worlds. You're invited to see the curious eyes of a child glimpsing a rainbow for the first time. Do so, and you will not be disappointed. It's also a time to explore new energy between you and another. Okay, it's not a time for needed certainty, but rather for discovery and curiosity. You don't yet know if this will last forever, so allow yourself to explore who you are and what is reflected back to you. This relationship is meant to educate you about yourself. So whatever situation you're in may not be forever, but stop trying to figure it out right now is what this is saying. Just be okay and explore it. What do you like or dislike? What values are important to you? You are in a critical phase of your relationship that is not to be dismissed or hurried. I love this reading. Powerful. Save it, watch it again. You'll see all kinds of stuff in the cards and, you know,